want to print out Sub-Zero's mask. Let's get started. I gotta take it off because not only does it sound terrible on my mic, but it is crushing my nose. Here's a closer look at the mask. Here's the back side with the elastic straps on it. If you're looking for a very quick print, this is it. I mean, you could print this in just a few hours depending on your printer. It was like an easy one-day print for me. The only issue that I have with this mask, and be aware, is that of course, since this is just basic PLA, it doesn't stretch or bend. The inside, there's a lot of pressure on my nose, but it may not be a big deal for you because I have a extremely large nose. This is the free Sub-Zero file on Thingiverse. This is back when I had just figured out Thingiverse and I was downloading a bunch of things for free. I think we've all been there. So the orientation of this is very simple. You basically don't need any supports at all. Since it prints very flat right here, it's very flush. That was on the printing bed. And then it just prints straight up. It's very thick, so getting down to the sanding was awesome because you could sand the crap out of this and you won't dig too deep into it to where you start to see the inside. Be careful of the edges though. When you start to hit this round side right here, you may start to dig deep in there, so it depends on the sandpaper you're using. But the hardest part, I would say, is getting inside here and all of these grooves. For the sanding, you're gonna do a lot of finger sanding. Only up here, flatter surfaces, did I use my machine sander. I'll use a 250 grit sandpaper, flush that up. I go the 150, and then I finish it off with the 350, which smooths everything out. And then I hit it with a primer, and then I go over the primer with the 350 again. Now, the hardest part for this was figuring out the colors. I posted it up on TikTok and I was just like, everybody, what color should I do? And hella people were like, oh, do the black and gold, do black and gold. Isn't that, I'm not a big Mortal Kombat guy, but I was like, isn't that like Scorpion's whole color schematics? I didn't want to go gold, although I thought about it doing gold highlights. So I used the rub and buff on here. I used a paintbrush and I did the silver rub and buff. Now that I think about it, I was like, man, it might be cool with the gold on there. When you look at a lot of Sub-Zero sketches, when you look at the artwork and stuff, it's black, it's chrome, it's silver, it's blue, of course. Overall, I wanted to go with the frosted look. For a quick little break, this video is sponsored by Nico Industries. Nico Industries, if you guys are looking for awesome helmets, awesome armory, cosplay, toys, anything that you could print out that's amongst your nerd world, then go to Nico Industries. Check them out. They have a huge library for you guys. Once you pay for it, you get the STL file in your email and you could print immediately from when you purchase said file of what you want to print out. I sprayed it with all gloss black. I went over with a paintbrush, very small paintbrush, and I did all of the silver with rub and buff. And then I just did it where it has grooves and lines up here to give it some type of shape. So this just sat for about a week because I didn't know what colors I wanted to do. I ended up going to Michael's and I found the best freaking spray paint on planet Earth. It's expensive, but my God, is it completely worth it. I found the Montana dark blue. To be honest, their colors are really what they make them out to be. I bought their burgundy red and it came out like a candy kind of red when I was working on other stuff. And then so this was their dark blue. I wish it was a little bit darker. I wish it had a harsher blue tone on it because it had a lighter blue. And so this is one coat. But what I did with this, since I wanted to keep it dark, I actually stood back 3 feet away and I misted that blue onto it. So I wasn't trying to really get it on there. I stood back because I wanted that gloss black to still come through on this thing. So I stood back and I just misted it on there. And then this is one coat. I did matte clear coat on here. It's not gloss, it is the matte clear coat. And I'm starting to be a bigger and bigger fan of matte clear coat, darker themed grunge style stuff, because I think with the gloss is really cool for other projects like I did on my Mandalorian helmet, the Iron Man helmet, kind of like those projects where you want that shine, like if you're doing Power Rangers or something like that. The matte clear coat really comes in handy. Like I said, a grungier, darker theme onto whatever artwork that you're doing. While I was at Michael's, I got the elastic bands, and this whole thing comes in a roll, and then I just cut it with scissors, and then I hot glued it in there, and it came out extremely good. So pretty satisfied with this for not knowing the color schematics that I wanted to do. Besides the $15 can can of spray paint. I barely spent nothing on this right here. So if you're looking for Sub-Zero cosplay, this is cool. But if you're gonna print it out, I would use the new filament everyone's using where it's got the bendy rubber style, because you want this to wrap around your face a little bit more, because like I said, this bad boy is crushing my nose. So this is a quick video for you guys. I'm actually printing out a Scorpion. I think it's the 2021 model from the movie. I'm gonna be printing that out today, and I just finished my Daemon Targaryen armor helmet that I'm so excited for. It took about 3 weeks of work, and I'm gonna be posting up a video here in a few days for it. I'm so excited for this freaking helmet, guys. Do all the YouTube things, punch, scream, up and down, all those things, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for sticking around.